Hi, I'm George Steimer, Senior Product Manager at Alfresco. If you're following along in the Policy and Procedure Management demo series, we're building upon a scenario where we want to make a change to a disaster recovery document. In this video, we're going to look at how the user can create a change request to initiate the change process. Now, before we begin, some customers route a change request form separately, and only upon approval of that change request form is the document changed. In this case, the document would be routed on a separate form that's related to the change request form. Many customers, however, route both the document and the change request at the same time. In the interest of time, that's the approach we're going to take here, but both approaches are valid. So in the previous video, we made a change to this document. We added some minor wording changes, but the main change that we made is that we got a new server and we added it to the Monday backup schedule. So this document's still in draft. We can make more changes if we need to, but let's just say that we're ready to start the change request process. So I'm going to use this action to create a wizard form, and one of the forms in here is a change request. This opens a dynamic configurable change request form that uses a wizard-based approach for entering data. The user is shown small chunks of the form and can be taken down different paths based on their answers to the form. Now, this is just an example form, and we have an administrative user interface that gives authorized users the ability to change both the form structure as well as the workflow behavior. So in this example form, the first page here is this change request properties, and I'm just going to fill out some data here. We'll say target closure date, and the type of change is a document change. This is a revision, and we'll say that training is required. Now, this is an example of the way we can lead the user down different paths in the form. Here for the description rationale change, if I say I want to attach a separate document, the next page I can drag and drop or select a file to attach as the description and rationale. However, if I go back and say I want to enter text into this form, the next page will be a page where I can simply enter that text. So I'll go ahead and do that, and we'll type in a description. So we'll continue on here. The next page is going to ask me for some approvers. This is a very simple form where we just have a few roles where you can select approvers, but the form can be configured to maybe show or not show these pages based on answers to previous answers in the form, or potentially the list of users could change based on previous answers in the form. So I'm going to go ahead and just search for a user here and add them to the list. Same thing with the CR approvers page. I'll just add a few users. This next page here is the summary page. This shows the user an overview of all the pages that they visited and their answers. And you can revisit any page easily and make changes. Let's say maybe this target closure date is too close to a holiday. So I'm going to go ahead and just change that and push it out, say a week. When I click next here, it's going to evaluate the form against workflow rules. So what this is showing the user is that the workflow is going to go to this initial quality assurance task first, and it's going to go to Mike. Then it's going to go to the change request approvers at priority 2 second and go to Alice and Ellen. Now the key here is this is all based on configurable business rules that were entered into a UI interface. So if business rules change and maybe these tasks need to be approved at the same time, we can easily do that with no coding updates. We could also add additional roles or remove a role if needed without making any code changes. So just to make a simple change here, I will jump back to this CR approvers page and remove a user from the list. And then now it only goes to these two users. I'm going to go ahead and finish. This will create a PDF rendition of the form where I can see all my change information. And I can also see that the document was automatically attached. So if I click on it, I can go back to that 1.2 draft document and see that it is now related to my new change request form. For more complex changes, I could also use this Manage Workflow Documents action to add additional documents. So just as an example, let's say this is a more complex change that involves this TSG 126 document. I could go ahead and click that and add it to the form, which will add it to the change package. For this simple change, I'm just going to stick with one document. Well, that's it for this short demo. Be sure to follow along in the demo series. Thanks for watching.